Hello everybody, welcome to the lab again as we talk to you about the new product removal tool from Mcafee. Now they're really not in the tool business, but they did a good job on this and it does a great job as you're going to see. As we start to use this tool to remove DLP old versions, and yes, you're hearing me right, it's on version 510 of EPO. A lot of these got transferred and we now need to get rid of them. Well, 510 doesn't really support the older versions of DLP. So what we're going to do is use the DLP distribution. And this query allows us to see and get information about the older DLP versions in a way that you can't normally get, but it works. So we see we have a DLP 9.3, we have a 10 installation, and we have a couple of machines here we're going to tackle. We're going to do a 9 and a 10 example. Now over here, you're going to see that we select the Mcafee agent and the product deployment. Now we are going to presume here that you know how to check this in, and this is the Endpoint product removal tool. It is nothing more than checking something in and off you go. It's very, very temperamental in terms of what it wants the syntax for the switches to be. So we're going to do a dash dash, yes, dash dash switches, except EULA. Make sure you spell it right, dash dash DLP, dash dash no reboot. And you'll see here when I put side by side to the product guide with the different switches, there is the no reboot in lowercase. You can also set the time period for 5 minutes, 10 minutes before the machine would auto reboot. I don't like rebooting machines, especially in the enterprise. So we'll do it in the clandestine pieces of the evening. And I've done thousands of machines this way, and it really, really runs well. So we look at the task manager on the machine that's running here. This is the EPO server itself that I'm removing something from, and it's going to seem like a cheat, but the whole point of this was to show you how it works on servers. So you see on the left-hand side, the Mcafee agent status monitor. You'll see that from the endpoint, if you're looking at it, you'll see the product removal tool being installed. It executes the switches that is very specific to the command. So remember, dash dash except EULA is very important. If you forget that, it's not going to work. In fact, you're just wasting your time even running the task. Then you're going to see on the right-hand side, we have the Mcafee endpoint product removal executable running, and it's actually pretty remarkably fast. So once it gets to the machine intact, it will verify and then it will finish. And you'll see those little nodules up there completing. So the EPO server is now complete. We're going to do the SQL server, waiting for that to finish, and also the PDC. So the primary focus here was servers because they're so temperamental. And of course, you could do this to the workstations as well. And then when we look over at the WRK1, which is a Windows 7 machine, you'll notice that we have a DLP version 10. So we're going to rinse and repeat and show you an example for at least one workstation to give you the notion and the confidence that this is a pretty good thing to do. And again, Mcafee's not in the tools business. They don't typically do this. This is why the easy tools are so popular. Whenever we have tools that help you, the IT professional, get a particular job done, it's kind of great, isn't it? You don't have to waste all your time because somebody else has done the work for you. So once again, we select the product removal tool from the run client task now. You can certainly run a schedule. I like running it this way. It's more deliberate, if you will. Dash dash except EULA space dash dash DLP space space, easy for me to say, dash dash no reboot. Get it over to the machine. There's the product deployment task. Should begin to see the product removal tool get delivered, and then it will get verified. Here it comes. So we kind of give you the the gist of what it's like real time to watch it instead of doing and performing a lot of movie magic and chopping up this video. But it's pretty quick. And that was the whole point of showing that to you. Now we verified the removal tool, and we did chop this up a little bit. I'm doing the narration after the video itself. So now we have, looking at that client, it's completed. And there's no DLP listed. I'm Jay Appell. Thanks for joining me.